Carolyn Harrison. I'm co-chair, well, I'm chairman now of the ambassadors of the Greater Jackson Chamber Partnership, and this is what we do. We go out and welcome companies who are having groundbreakings, ribbon cuttings, grand openings, and we just thank y'all for expanding your plant here. We also want to thank everybody who has come today, and we'll look forward to hearing from various people shortly. I do want to recognize Kate Reeves, who is our state treasurer, and Kate is going to come up and say a few words.
It's always a great opportunity for me to get out and see expansions of facilities, see people in the private sector who are actually creating jobs. You know, I've always said that it's the role of government to create an environment which encourages the private sector to invest their capital. And when we have been, over the last 7 years, focused on that in our state, working with our local partners, George and the folks here in the Greater Jackson area, here in Byram in particular, and we are all honored to have this particular entity and honored to have you investing your money and your investors' money in the great state of Mississippi. And as we look to the future, particularly as we consider this current economic environment, to see the confidence that you have in our state and in our region of the state certainly leads me to believe that brighter times are ahead for our state, for our region, and certainly for our country. Thank you very much for what you're doing. Thanks to all of you for being here, and thanks for giving me the opportunity just to share a few words with you. Thank you.
And right now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the President and CEO of MBCI Components, Mr. Wayne Dickinson. Wayne is a great fellow. He is a Mississippi boy from Hattiesburg, and actually now he's grown into quite an impressive man. I've reviewed his resume, which is very impressive, and I can only find one blemish throughout the whole thing, is that this Mississippi boy decided to play football at LSU. But we forgive him for that, and he's done a great job leading the company. He's done a great job in our community. Please help me welcome Wayne Dickinson.
What I was trying to do when I came here to Mississippi, with all these Ole Miss and Mississippi State fans, was kind of travel under the radar. But you have exposed me. I was trying to keep the LSU thing on the down low, but I guess it's out there. Thank you very much. Appreciate everything everybody's done here. We certainly appreciate the awards and the honors, the gifts that have been bestowed on us. I assure you that we will put them in a very prominent place in our facilities. We're very proud of them. Thank you for everything you've done. Thanks for being here today. Welcome to all of you, everybody that's here today for this very, very monumental occasion. You know, this facility has been a dream of ours for many years. You know, I guess back in 2005, 2006, we wanted to expand our footprint in the insulated panel business. So this is really a dream come true. What some of you might not realize is that we've actually been in the insulated panel business since 1997. One facility in Stafford, Texas. One facility. So you might ask yourself, in today's economic downturn that we're going through in our country, why would we expend this kind of money getting in the insulated panel business? Several reasons. Number one, we recognized that this insulated panel market was substantial. We started looking at a market that was not going to become stagnant, it was going to grow. You know, the popularity of the green building movement going on in our country today, this ensured this whole series of products are going to continue to grow because they're energy efficient. They're easy to install. As the building codes get more and more strict, it just fit right in the wheelhouse of these products. You know, one of the things that we felt like we couldn't do with that one facility in Stafford, Texas, was to get our share of this market. That plant had been pretty much at capacity the last 2 years. We had antiquated equipment. So we knew that if we're going to be a player in this market, we're going to expand and become prominent in it, we had to do some things different. And what you're going to see here today, if you take the tour, you're going to see that this facility gives us 3 to 4 times the capacity we had in that one plant in Stafford, Texas. We're extremely proud of it. You know, we felt like we needed to act, and we needed to do something, and we needed to figure out where we're going to do it at. And that led us to Jackson, Mississippi, Byron, Mississippi. You know, we already had a plant here, and that was just a no-brainer. Modify the plant to house our insulated panel products. You know, one of the things that was attractive, believe it or not, is the Chamber of Commerce was a very supportive Chamber of Commerce. We certainly appreciate all your help, and a very caring legislative part that was very cooperative to us. From the city to the county to the state, everybody was very supportive of us. We appreciate that. But Jackson was centrally located. Our plan is to build 4 of them. This is the first plant. Jackson just made sense because of the central location. We're also in proximity to our coating company that's right next door. So it all made sense to us. I think we made the right decision. Let me tell you why. You know, we're already, the demand is dictating that we add more people in this facility. We're making plans right now for a second shift. And that's good for the local economy. That's good for putting people back to work. So we're really proud of that, really pleased with it. We actually started planning the construction for this facility, I guess back in early '08. We felt like once we completed this facility, it would serve as a foundation for more plants, as I previously discussed. We actually started unloading containers back in April of '09. I believe that's right, Philip, is that not right? To be exact, we had 52 containers and 14 flatbeds filled with equipment. This was a very, very complex project. You know, we had a lot of help, and I can't imagine us getting this far without the unbelievable dedication of our employees. You know, people that went above and beyond, the sacrifices, the long hours, the 7-day-a-week work schedules. And believe me, we couldn't have got there without these folks. You know, we had a lot of help from our corporate folks too. Representing our corporate office today is Mark Dobbins, our Chief Operating Officer. You know, as I mentioned earlier, this project was extremely complex, and we couldn't have done it without a lot of collaboration with our partners, our vendors. Not necessarily as much as what we typically call building roll formers. This was complex. It was something we weren't familiar with. So I'd like to recognize the vendors that stayed with us from the beginning to the end and never left us. I'll start with the Bradbury Company. Our Italian partners from the Puma Corporation. Is Nicola here today? I don't know if they're here today. Standex Corporation. Somebody from Standex? Thank you. Dow Chemical. Honeywell. Kim? I know you're here. You know, of course, installing a new powerful line requires additional accommodations. You're going to have the power to run it. Energy Group is there for us. Energy Group. I know I met. You know, they were called in to help us upgrade our electrical service, and they did it without any disruption of business or service. We appreciate it very much. And finally, we'd like to recognize and thank Yates Construction for all they've done. They have been a fantastic partner. They modified this building for us. The construction kind of carried us through the entire process. And whatever we needed, they've been a great partner. Thank you, Yates. If you can stand up, please. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for supporting us and coming today. I would encourage you to take the tour. And once you see this facility, believe me, I think you'll see why we're so proud of it.